We are live.
We are live.
Welcome everybody to Furness TV Discuss episode 4.
Yeah, that's a miracle. We've done 4 in a row now. My voice. If you watched the game night we had on the other day, you would notice my voice was off. Well, guess what? It's not much better today.
Allergies is just.
I love allergy season, don't you?
Here do I. Oh boy.
Anyway, I'm gonna turn this just a tad there.
We got a great show. We got Wrestling Backlash tonight on the WWE Network. If you're in the United States, Peacock TV. And when we discuss that, we also have a story like we always do. And story time. Oh boy.
I got a story for you this week.
Oh boy. Anyway, all that and more is tonight on TV Discuss. Let's get out with wrestling segment.
Yes.
I previously said before, tonight is WrestleMania Backlash. We're going to give our predictions of who we think is going to win. There were 6 matches on the card so far. We don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen, so we'll see what goes on. But the main 6 matches we have so far, and I read the name. We're going to discuss who's going to win. Who we think is going to win. First, we're going to kick off with Damian Priest versus The Miz. It's going to be a lumberjack match. If you don't know what a lumberjack match is, it's a match where there are several superstars surrounding the ring, and the 2 men start the match, win the match. And when you're thrown out of the ring, the idea is the people referee supposed to throw you back in. Not 100% guaranteed, because sometimes the villain can usually get bitches and attack. We've seen it happen.
It can be mass chaos sometimes.
There can be a lot of brawls here. But
yes.
The Miz versus Damian Priest chose to be a lumberjack match as a way to hopefully for the Miz to have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. But will there be a way for him to run and hide?
If there's a way, trust me, he will find it.
Who do you think though? Yeah, because unfortunately...
he's an idiot.
He's also a coward.
That too.
And we're going to see what happens now. I would love to see Damian Priest win. I think he should win. But knowing WWE, the Miz is going to win, unfortunately.
It's hard to tell because, like, I agree with you. I think Damian Priest should win. I mean, he is getting nothing. But like you said, we're talking The Miz. And if The Miz can find a way to win, he will find a way to win.
But Damian Priest needs to win, as far as I'm concerned. He's a new talent that has to get a big push somewhere. Yeah. I think a younger talent like him should get the victory like this on a pay-per-view like WrestleMania Backlash. So just want the storyline out of the way. Get it out of the way to affect them separate.
Yeah. Maybe I'm going to make one quick clarification with you. Try to talk a tiny bit slower.
Sorry.
I know. I get told that all the time too. So, it just... I want people that actually understand what he says, even if what he says is usually nonsense. Don't hit me. We have a recurring theme in all our shows. It's me telling him not to hit me all the time.
Me not hitting him. I'm hitting her.
And you what?
Nothing.
You not hitting me? They just saw you hit me on live TV. You can't lie on that.
Yeah, that's the person who tried to lie on about so she did on television.
Like what?
Oh,
what have I ever lied about on TV?
Well, that's a big lie right now.
Anyway, on to the second match.
Let's go right down to the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championship against the team of Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic Mysterio. They're looking to become the first father and son tag team champions. Please let these 2 win. Let Rey and Dominic win.
They have to let them win. They have to. I mean, that is such an important match. For one thing, Rey Mysterio's son has come on in a very short time and has really proven to be a wrestler to watch in the future because he is good.
And crazy is we first saw him as a kid back in 2005.
Yeah, another crazy storyline.
His storyline involving Rey and Uncle Eddie Guerrero.
So he's now trained into the business, and he's been trained by the best, his father.
Yeah, who definitely want to go, and he's definitely learning and showcasing his talent.
You know.
But unfortunately, Simon Miller said because of the fact on what I call the wrestling, because Ray and Dominic both have victories in their individual matches, more likely they're not going to win. I wish that was not the case.
Yeah, unfortunately, that could be, but I still really would like to see them win.
But Samuel also did not also want Ray and Dominic to win anyway because he wanted to have that feeling, one more feeling in Tum Tum, as he would say.
Dum dum.
Yeah, Tum Tum. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Okay.
I know.
I didn't hear it. I don't know.
It's the bald asshole he would call himself.
Okay.
But that's the way of what I feel.
That should be good wrestler. That should be good match though, because all four wrestlers are very good in their own.
Robert Roode.
So it's gonna be a very interesting.
Yeah,
if they can really tell the storyline right too.
I think they probably can because I feel like they are the way they're going. I mean, it's gonna be good. Now we got to go for the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair defending the title against Bayley. These two are great. These two are great wrestlers, but unfortunately, the story is not working for a lot of people. Me in particular. Bayley's loud. It's not funny at all, and I'm not amused by that loud.
Yeah, but you're not amused by most people's laugh because you're not. You don't think with your advocates. You don't have you have a tendency to think things differently too. That doesn't help.
Yeah,
but I agree. I do not want Bayley to win.
But even Simon Miller was like, "What the hell kind of laugh is this?" And he just comes in and laughs, and it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Okay.
Yeah, but it goes well with her character, though. I think.
Well,
that's each point of view. Now, personally, like I say, I do not want Bayley to win because she's already has won a lot.
Too long to reign SmackDown Women's Champion in history.
Oh yeah, and this new girl, her name
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, she is incredible. I liked her when I love seeing her in NXT. I loved her growth on there, and when she came up to SmackDown,
the Raw first started Raw.
Well, started on Raw and then went to SmackDown. Again, she has been a lot of fun to watch.
She calls herself the EST of WWE.
Oh,
and when she said that, she means it, and she's proven herself to be the EST.
She's the female version of Mr. Perfect. Okay. And the funny thing is, when they were doing these vignettes with her, it was the same idea. She was always winning against men, women, didn't matter. She kept winning all the time, all these different things.
But the fact is, she approached me very strong. I mean, her original rivalry with Bayley, she actually lifted for a good period of time. Otis,
oh yeah,
was insane for her, and she had that incredible match, won the title at WrestleMania in the main event of night one.
So
history in the making.
She is.
She had definitely got the future ahead of her. Just had to get to Bayley.
My personal feeling is that she is going to win.
Yeah, so am I. I don't think they're going to let her lose the title right away.
Not right away, no.
Now we're going to go to the SmackDown, the Raw Women's Championship match, which is interesting storyline to say the least. It is a triple threat match. Rhea Ripley defending the Raw Women's Championship against Asuka and Charlotte Flair.
Ooh.
This had to me to be a show stealer in itself. These three women are great. The only problem is, unfortunately, is how they're doing with Charlotte Flair and the result with Sonya Deville. Charlotte Flair attacked the referee and got suspended indefinitely and paid a lot of money. Had to pay a lot of money. But the next week, Sonya Deville, who's originally on SmackDown, comes to Raw and saying, no. We're not going to let you do it.
And bring her back in.
And not only bring her back in, but put her in the original women's title match between Asuka and Rhea Ripley. And no one liked this.
That's the world of WWE writing. Especially on Raw.
Not really good.
No. And
I mean, I'm not saying that this match should be a bad match.
oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting to see who wins that one, because it could go any way.
Triple threat matches are one of the hardest matches to win if you're a
Or
champion.
predict.
Because you lose your championship advantage. You don't even have to lose to be pinned to lose the championship. Charlie could pin Asuka, Asuka can pin Charlie, and they can become women's champion. Rhea Ripley can lose hell that way.
And like I said, and right now with the storyline, is anybody's guess. Now, personally, I would like to see Rhea
Ripley.
keep it for a while, because I like her. I'm trying to really like her.
I like her too. And I feel like, again, the same idea with Bianca Belair. I want to see new talent get the opportunity. Dean, Asuka, and Charlie, they already had. Barely Troy Flair. It's time for a new generation of women to step up and get somewhere. Now, it makes it a little different when we had the Women's Tag Team Championship held, we were won by two veterans.
Yeah.
Natalya and Tamina. They won on this past Friday on SmackDown, but they have never held those belts before. And for Tamina, that was her first ever women's belt.
So that was great. Plus, it got rid of the other two, which I couldn't stand.
No kidding.
Oh.
Now we got to go to our world title matches. The first, we're going to start off with WWE Championship Triple Threat match. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman.
Oh, God.
3 monster powerhouse.
I hope that ring is really well secured, because I don't know how it's going to take those 3 guys on there. I could just see the thing imploding again.
Again, it was originally supposed to be a 1-on-1 matchup between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. Braun Strowman had a match with Drew McIntyre, in which if he won, he would be into it. Now, they would have a problem with that, but not really, because triple threat matches, when it comes to this situation, it's going to be cool. It's going to be brutal. It's
it's going to be so brutal.
I'm looking forward to this.
That is going to be one hell of a match.
My opinion, I really have a hard time making a decision. I would love to see Drew McIntyre win, but there's part of me that wants to see Braun Strowman win because he never held the WWE Championship. He held the Universal Championship, but he never held the WWE title.
And that would be nice to see.
And I think after what he dealt with Shane Man situation, I think he deserved better.
I think he deserves it, but my guess is Bobby Lashley is going to continue with it.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it could be. But anyway, it's going to be a good match, and maybe he might surprise how good he might be. I mean, Lashley on a dominant role, hadn't just won for title ever in WWE.
Yeah.
In 16 years.
So he deserves to couch for a while too. So.
Now,
it's going to be a fun match to watch.
Now, the next one, big one, is the one that a lot of people are looking forward to. It's being up someone their opportunity. I'm talking about Roman Reigns versus Cesaro for the Universal Championship.
Oh, wow. Yes.
We got to get right down to it. 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, Throwback Edition, Jimmy Uso returned as a replacement called by Roman Reigns after the following week. One match with Daniel Bryan. Replacement.
Yeah.
But didn't really work out for Roman Reigns because Jimmy Uso wanted Jey Uso back with him so they can become tag team champion again. But Jey isn't want to line with Roman Reigns and he doesn't want to offend Roman Reigns. And then you heard I feel that he's the tribal chief.
Yes.
And then he feels that his brother should also embrace him as the tribal chief and acknowledge him as the tribal chief of the WWE.
I used to like Roman Reigns. I don't like him anymore.
Well, that's good.
He's turned into a complete and utter ass.
Well, that's good. He's a villain.
Yes, I know. And he played a good one.
After Cesaro, he was struggling for a long time. He's a good talent, but just haven't gone anywhere.
No.
And it's frustrating for fans because we know how good he is.
He is a really awesome wrestler. I am so praying he can win. And I can see him winning in one set because right now he is on a real good roll.
I mean, he just beat Seth Rollins twice, including a incredible match at WrestleMania. We saw him do a move I couldn't believe. He did the spinning move, but he got several up his head, spun around, no-handed. He won the strongest, one of the athletic talent out there. He's definitely actually a pretty good talker for considering.
Yeah.
And he needs this push. I want him to be world champion, but unfortunately, this division could be overshadowed by the Jimmy Uso Reigns storyline.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it could be, unfortunately. Unless, I just had a thought.
Okay, say it.
Didn't you see the light bulb go off?
Well, there is one. You're right. You're looking right there.
Okay. Jimmy just came back, right?
Yeah.
And Jimmy doesn't like the fact that Jay has been working with Roman.
Jimmy actually thought that Roman can't beat Cesaro and will not win.
Right. Now, what happens if, say, Jimmy, or Jay, I should say, tries to get involved in the match?
But Jimmy stops him.
But Jimmy either stops him or goes on the side of Cesaro and helps him win.
I would love to see that happen, but
I would love to see that happen.
But I just can't see it happen, unfortunately. I know the history, and what I'm afraid is that all the ways it comes for nothing, and Jimmy turns bad and joins you.
Yes, I can also see that happening too, unfortunately, because unfortunately, what the writers don't realize is that you can only do a storyline for so long before people start going enough. And you can only do the same storyline over and over again. I mean, you may make a few little twerks, but basically it's the same storyline. And we've seen this, I don't know how many years now, with all these different factions getting all this control and running the company, and nobody else can get through. And you get to the point where you're so fed up with it, you just want to leave, which a lot of people are doing.
But yeah, a lot of people are like SmackDown. SmackDown has a good show, and it works for them.
Yeah, but if they don't care with this Roman Reigns storyline with them, it could turn disastrous, and I can see it happening again.
Anyway,
they don't know how to write storylines.
But anyway, that's pretty much what we think. Overall, do you think it's going to be a good show or a bad show?
Well, given the fact that the last few pay-per-view events that they have come up with have all been extremely good, I hope to think that this one will be good too. Because, they have been, the last number of them have been just phenomenal.
I know, especially with the WrestleMania and all the events. Now, back to Roman Reigns, ever since Roman Reigns came back in 2020, and had his villain persona, no matter how much we can't stand Roman Reigns, he had not had a bad world title match or bad pay-per-view match.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
Since returning, even match on SmackDown against Daniel Bryan was like,
I know.
So they can't deny Roman Reigns.
I know. Everybody wanted him. Everyone kept booing him before because they didn't want him to be a good guy. They wanted him as a bad guy.
And now he's a bad guy.
Now that he is a bad guy, they can boo him, but for the right reason now. They're still booing him, but at least now it counts.
But in a good way that makes sense.
Yes.
But that's it for the segment. Next week we'll probably do a review of the show.
Yeah.
If we can.
If we can.
We'll see.
We'll see. That brings us to part 2 of this wonderful show we do. And again, we're going to switch it up a bit and have some fun. Last week we did family recipes and that sort of thing in restaurants. This time it's game shows. We've got a list each of the top of 10 game shows that we enjoy the most. Some are from the past, some are from the present. But there are individual choices for whatever, for game shows. So, I'll let you go first.
Thank you. I didn't go down to the bottom and work my way up to the top. Let's go right now to the classic. Super Password and Password Plus. Now, Password Plus was hosted by
Alan Ludden.
And he was very good.
Oh.
He hosted the original Password, back in, I think, the 60s.
Oh, yeah. He was the original host. That's how he met his wife, Betty White, actually, was on that show.
And Password Plus, again, like Password, is the idea that one person is given a word, and you must get the partner to say the word, but you only give it one word clue.
It's a lot of fun. Anytime you get celebrities involved, it's a lot of fun.
Celebrity involved and always good and fun. And the opportunity to win money for a team. And then in the end, it goes to a board, and that in itself, you have a chance to get what the big theme would be word.
Yeah.
To all one.
Again, a lot of fun.
Super Howard is sharing the exact same format, just a different host.
Well, there was a few ups for that one. Super Password, you got more money.
Well, more money, yeah, I know. I kind of get more money. But it's pretty much similar format. However, the host was different. Was that crazy?
Bird
Convey, who seemed to have a habit of accidentally revealing words, of revealing answers, revealing clues by accident, or even revealing board on the board. Sometimes with disaster result and having to put duct tape on his mouth.
I'm on the fly here.
What are you doing?
Changing when I cut my things.
Why?
You'll see why.
Okay, meanwhile, then we're going to get up to another old game, though, that actually has the current revamp back. Car Shark. And Car Shark now held by Joel McHale, I think.
I think the name of the show.
Car Shark is a... Oh, I know what you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken. It's that one with... I know what you're talking about.
What do you think it is?
Is it the one with we got the couple?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
I can't think of the point.
Sorry, we're trying to figure it out.
I'm just trying to think of the name of a show. I like watching.
Here, use your computer here, okay?
I like my phone.
Use your phone, okay? Sorry about that. But Car Shark is like this. There are different hosts for the show, but the show format is very similar. And the idea is that two people are playing for a chance to win a lot of money. They do a solve a neat high-low question. For a person is given a suggestion, and they 1 to 100, they ask so many people one question. They must figure out how many people said whatever the answer was. Like how many person said yes to this, or how many person said no. They must give an exact number. Then the other person gets to decide whether the number that the person chose, well, whether the number is higher or lower than the actual number. If you win, you get an opportunity to go on the board. Now, you're like cards. Cards, we all love card games. But this one is very fun. The idea is they're given a number, a card. Aces are high, 2 to low. And the idea is it's higher or lower. So whatever the card is, they must figure out if the number of the card is higher or lower. The next card higher or lower than the next one. And it goes on and on and on. If you get, even if it matches, unfortunately, you lose. But if it doesn't, if it's free.
Yeah, that's a fun one to watch because when they're answering the questions as to, they have to answer these trivia questions, like how many people out of 100 say would have an affair if they could figure that out. And then you got to guess how the percentage whether it's higher or lower.
And at the end, the winner, when two games get to play a bowling game where you wager how much you think you can wager, whether the number can be higher or lower, and it can up to max. Winner win a lot of money. They can win a lot of money in the game. That's it. And then that would go right down to a power game of so many people. It's banned in multiple countries. Family Feud. Family Feud originally hosted by Richard Dawson, held it by many people, but now hosted by Steve Harvey. Had took it off even more than Richard Dawson could ever imagine. Family Feud is popular in many countries. Steve Harvey hosting the South Africa version, and we even have one in Canada. But everyone, I don't need to explain what it's about. You all know the rules. You don't know it. From Steve Harvey ridiculous and reacting to these bad answers for him. Always fun to watch. So that pretty much it. That is the celebrity version. Oh my goodness, it's just so great. Then we gotta go to another game to the back. Now it's about Alex Baldwin. But Matt Game.
Actually, you don't have to describe each game because you're going to take some of mine.
Sorry. Matt Game.
I'll have nothing to say at this point.
Sorry. Matt Game. And had a great show. Mom was playing about it later. Apparently, I can't really explain everything else. Then we're going to go with The Price is Right. Hosted by Drew Carey. We're going to host by Bob Barker.
We can discuss all that after we do our list.
The Price is Let's Make a Deal. Jeopardy. Wheel of Fortune. And Press Your Luck. Flash. Whammy. All the Press Your Luck.
So you're done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay. We're going to have some very similar ones, but at different locations. My number 10 at this point that I put down, Let's Make a Deal. Not the old version, the new version.
You're reading the real version by Money Hall.
The new one is
Wayne Brady, who was hosting for a while, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's much better.
Much. Then I have The Price is Right.
All right, Wayne, I
Then I have, I had Whammy, but then he got talking and I realized I had forgot Family Feud. I like Family Feud better than Whammy, and he has Whammy, so I'm gonna put Family Feud down there because I love that show. Then I have Deal or No Deal.
Oh, the old game hosted by Howie Mandel.
Yep.
Where you 126. One holds $1 million, one holds a penny. You want that $1 million one. You gotta figure it out by game.
That's a game of nerves.
Because again, you could hold $1 million. Bankers who want to buy your brigade will you offer deal or no deal? It's nerve-wracking, especially if one of the cases you find out is holding the $1 million brigade. And that means
I know.
You are not holding that.
My next one is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
What a big game that was
now,
with Bentley in the late 90s.
I especially enjoyed the original one, and especially when they had celebrities on. Because, again, anytime you have celebrities on, it's fun.
But Jimmy Kimmel's doing a really good job himself.
Yes, he is. He is doing
really impressive.
Actually, he's doing a fantastic job with it. That's good. Then I have Tattletales, which I will explain.
Oh, yeah, Tattletales. That was the show.
I love Tattletales with Bert Convy as the host because you talk about celebrities. Here you have 3 different celebrity couples, and their job is to try to get the other person to recognize the story they're about to talk about. It's all personal. It can be very embarrassing sometimes, and it's always fun.
The original gossip show. Gossip show. And I do win money, but don't win a lot. But they do win money. And
it's just pitted. They don't get a lot of money for the audience, but that's not the point. The point is that they're there and they're having fun and they're sharing all these different. And some of these stories they talk about. Oh boy!
And some of these ridiculous answers they're giving choices of 4.
I know.
It's a ridiculous question.
They're just fun. Then I have Wheel of Fortune. And I watched that Wheel of Fortune from the very beginning when it was still in the original setback part where when a contestant won a game and had money, they would get to purchase things on this display case or display area.
Originally hosted by Chuck Woolery.
Yeah.
Past J Deck joining along in Van White, who I knew the detective on the Price is Right.
Yeah.
Before the game, joining along. And that's great. They're still doing fantastic. Absolutely incredible. We saw more recently, someone went home.
Yeah.
All week. Where they were giving away a home on the.
And I think next week they're giving a family giveaway.
With Latitude the Margaritaville thing.
Yeah.
Again, coming up this week on Wheel of Fortune.
Then I have Jeopardy.
It's so sad when we know that Alex Trebek passed away. But
Yeah.
as of late, these celebrity guest hosts have been going on, and we raise money, and they raise money for charity. Whatever the contestant win, put $3,000, 2,000 for second weight, 1,000 for third,
They
get match,
to the
and put
person's
it to the
charity.
charity of the host choice. They raised over $1 million so far. In one day, I mean, in the last 2 weeks, they won $250,000 alone.
It's been fun. Then I have 25,000 pyramid. Now that could be to 10,000, 25,000, even $100,000 pyramid. They're all the same idea. You get contestants matched up with a celebrity, and they have to, much like with Password, they have to come up with. They have a category, and they have to answer all 7 of them.
The only difference is they got time limit, and they can actually say more things, use hand suggestions, and all that without saying the word. Now they came back for a little bit with Michael Strahan.
Yeah,
and it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. Donny Alvin did a version too, but it didn't do very well because, for one thing, they changed too much of it,
and the set looked very
and the
off.
set was really not good, so it didn't do as well. But the latest version with Michael Strahan, that was good. And then finally, I have Password and Super Password and all that because, again, you can't beat these celebrities. They go in there and they really are working their butt off, making sure the people win the money. And when you're doing that and you accidentally say the word you're guessing, you feel so bad for the contestant and that. I saw one time they were going through the bonus round, and they had got all 9 of them, and they had one more to go, and he meant to say one word, but accidentally said the word that they were saying, and he couldn't get it one word away, and that lady could have won $10,000. He felt like scum. But it happens.
Honorable mentions to other great game shows that's been around. We can link. Chase.
Yeah.
There were other games like on Lingo.
That was another good one.
Russian Roulette.
Lingo's a good word game if you like doing word games.
Russian Roulette. I love Russian Roulette.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fun. You have 4 people on this platform, and if you got the question wrong, you pull a lever and it spins around, and whoever happens to be where the door opens, shoot, down you go.
Actually, what happened was their door get locked, they lose the money to the person to challenge them.
Yeah.
Then they had to spin them. Depending how many red zones there are,
yes.
The more questions they have, the more.
And then they would disappear into the bliss. Again, absolutely hilarious. Actually, the Game Show Network had quite a few of these kind of different game shows. They had
Game Show Network. Yeah.
They had Friend or Foe.
Oh,
which was fun. They had Cram, which was insane.
24 hours to grab a mother meat in their head. Everyone watching them. They can't sleep. They can't hear. And they get back into it, and they got all.
And they got to do this with no sleep.
With no sleep.
Again, absolutely hilarious. Then there's Who Wants to Be? There was also Who's Smarter Than the Fifth Grader?
Are you smarter than the fifth grader? Hold on, Jeff Foxworthy.
And Jeff Foxworthy had another one too, and that was the
American Bible Challenge.
The American Bible Challenge.
And another underrated one. Win Bedtime Money. I think that was a great game show.
That was a fun one.
Jimmy Kimmel, young Jimmy Kimmel. Holy crap! Bedtime. That one really good idea for a game show. I think it was fun. And
they had all kinds of like there's the wall. There's all kinds of them. When I grew up, and in the 70s and in the early to mid 80s, we had game shows all the time on daytime.
Even in the 60s,
all kinds of them. And even in the 60s too. But then they got away from them. Well, they're coming back again with a vengeance, but now instead of coming on in the daytime as much, they're coming on at night. But they're coming back.
And we're seeing new game shows, old game shows, whatever it is. One other classic game show that everyone talks about is the Newlywed Game.
Oh God!
What a ridiculously bad, hilarious.
That was actually embarrassing. Because I'm sorry, but they made the women look so incredibly stupid.
It was hilarious.
I mean, it was so bad. And the dating game, which turned out to be a great place for somebody who actually was a mass killer,
Yeah, Mad Murder.
mass
Yeah.
murderer, to actually pick up his victims.
Looking up the guy. Looking up, she didn't went with the date.
Thank God.
Because if she did, he would have been a victim.
Yep.
She would have been a victim.
And again, shows like that would never make it now too much, especially the dating game. But yeah, there's been a lot of really good game
Game
shows
shows
over
are
the
fun.
years.
They're not that hard to make. They're not that expensive to make. Because to be honest, which is actually giving away prizes, but still, they're no big script at all because it's really ad lib to answer questions again.
Oh, I know. And there's another one, and here's a bonus one for you. And that is one that was done on CNN of all places, and it was the CNN game show. They did it for I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years, I think. Anderson Cooper was the host. They had teams of three teams of two, but they were people who hosted news shows on CNN, supposedly smart dudes, and it was absolutely. Anderson Cooper was really good with this one, and it was a really fun show to watch. Actually, if you go on YouTube and you type in CNN game shows, you will find it. I tell you, it's worth watching. It really is.
I just had a game show in my mind.
What?
Greed.
Oh yeah, that was another good one.
We work as a team, but in the end, someone got to go.
Yeah.
And the money value can get really high. Someone can win a lot of money.
I think there's been several like that recently.
Yeah, I know. It's still great.
Like
That was
say, when it comes to game shows, there have been so many over the years. It's really hard to pick just 10. Obviously,
you can't.
You can't, especially if you really enjoy game shows, and I do.
So do I.
So that leads us to the end of this part. Next is story time.
Oh boy!
I get to start this time.
Of course.
So that I can actually talk.
Oh no! Don't tell me! Don't! I know what story you're going to talk about.
What?
Nothing. You know what it is. What story is it?
Oh, paratransit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, as a person with a 4-wheel scooter, I get to go on paratransit, and trust me, it's a marvelous service. I'm so glad we have it because it's hard to get around sometimes, especially in the wintertime on a scooter or a wheelchair. And if you're unable to get onto a regular bus, it's really good. But there are some problems. And one of them, unfortunately, now in the beginning when I first started getting it, and right now because of the pandemic, there's not that big a problem anymore because not many people are going out. But at one time when we first started doing it, you'd have to get up like a ridiculous hour, like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and start dialing and hoping you can get in quickly. Because if you don't get a ride for when you want 3 days in advance because it's already booked. And it was very difficult to get an actual booking. Right now, it's not bad because, like I say, less people are actually using it. That when the pandemic is over and things got back to normal, I would imagine we're going to have that problem again. But right now, I'm enjoying it. However, there are some drawbacks. There are 2 times that I've been royally with them. The first one, I had phoned paratransit. It was like 5:30 at night. I wanted to get home, and it was on a Sunday, so busing was not the best. And I thought, okay, I'll call paratransit. I know it was the last second, but have been doing this for a while, and not having any problems with this. So I didn't think I would have then either. So I called, and the lady talks to me on the phone and says, "Well, we'll see what we can do." A half hour later, I phoned just to see, how much longer I'm going to have to wait. At which point, I am told that they only have one bus running right now, and it's going to take. I'm not going to be till about like 7:30. Okay, now I've already been waiting a half hour. This is going to make it down to an hour and a half. I'm not waiting an hour and a half for paratransit. So I ended up taking a regular bus home. Not happy. But this last one was worse. We had gone, like we had said earlier in one of our shows. Last Tuesday, we spent the night at Nights Inn,
The
or
day.
your Days Inn, I should say, right across from White Oak Mall, overnight. It was a nice break from everything, and we enjoyed it, even though I didn't get any sleep.
Shut up.
We're not gonna let that down. However, I had, because I knew I was going to be there, and the very next day I was going to get my first shot at Acaplex. I called 3 days in advance for Wednesday morning, and I had booked it so that it would pick me up at Days Inn Wednesday morning, and then it was going to take me home afterwards to my home base. But we decided, because we weren't sure how long it was going to take me at Acaplex to get the vaccine, that we would leave that part open, and all I had to do was just call in and they'd pick me up and take me home. Fine, not a problem. So I go there, not a problem. I get out, I go to phone them. Sure, we'll have someone with you very shortly. Not a problem. They came very quickly. I get on the bus and discover they're taking me back to the Days Inn. Why? Because that's where I came from. But that's not my home base. Do you think I actually said to him, do you actually think I live the Days Inn across from White Oaks Mall? Well, that's what you had. That's where you came from. Yes, but that's not where I was. I mean, I talked the blue in my face. Okay, so she wanted, but I'm not going out in your direction. So she wanted me to get off the paratransit bus, wait for another one, and then go home. I didn't want to do that. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take. I said, can you at least drive me downtown? From there, I can catch my 19 and get home in relatively quick time. Fine, they go to do that. I get downtown and I wait for a while. Finally, I get a ride home, and while I was downtown, I called again to complain because I knew they were going to want me to pay another bus ticket. No, I did not pay a second bus ticket. First bus ticket I used, it was for my ride home. And when I talked to them there afterwards, I said to them, "What makes you think I was going home to the Days Inn? You have it in my file, my home base." And they knew that. And it's not like they've never done this before, because I have gone out in past and been out and about, and I call them up at the end of my venture outside, and I call up and say, "Hi, I'm tired. I'm time for me to go home." They don't ask me where I live. They know where I'm going. I'm going home. So suddenly this one time they don't. It took me forever to get home that day. So needless to say, I was not a happy camper, and that. So hopefully I won't have any more problems. But knowing the paratransit and LTC, I can't see that happening. And I'll talk about LTC another day, because that's a whole different story there. But that's my story for the week. I had a good week except for that one little time, and I'm not going to let it get me down. But I wanted to share it so that anybody out there who go paratransit, remember to tell them where you live. And it's your turn.
My story is actually going to be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
It's about time I asked about time one of the time I went to see the Hamilton Tiger play.
Oh yeah.
Now, being I was a member of the Boys and Girls Club of London. I love going there. Great. Give an opportunity to do cool stuff and the map program. A little more on that story another time. But one opportunity that I've gotten, thanks to the Boys and Girls Club of London, was an opportunity to go and represent them in a trip to Hamilton, to the Ivory Wind Stadium, the old Ivory Wind Stadium in Hamilton, Ontario, for the Hamilton Hurricane football game. I've done that I think 3 or 4 times, which is incredible. So every time a CFL football game live, and it's fun. Being this cool experience is that one time we did, both all the time we went into the actual locker room of the Hamilton Hurricane, which is a really cool experience. Get a chance to have pizza there. Free pizza, awesome. But one of the cool things was, one year got a chance to go on the sideline of the venue. Now that was called cool. Great scenes to watch. Amazing game. I even saw the Hamilton Tiger bout against Marshall Alouette and even Toronto Argonauts one year. That was pretty cool. Those really good games. Fun.
What? You don't trust me?
Why should I trust you? I was being respectful to you.
Yeah, I know. I'll behave myself.
And I'll tell you, being able to watch sports like that is really cool.
You know.
And experience to learning lessons.
Not anything.
But there were other sports events that happened to me over the years I've done. Like the one year I went, guys, time to go to the London game in the box in one of those sweet seats.
Oh, those sweet seeds, yes.
That was courtesy of the MAP program, actually, and doing it for free.
Yeah, I got to go with him a couple times with that.
Yeah. And when we have a London game, I've literally watched a London game every seat you could pop in swing. I've been to the very top, even all the way to the very bottom, behind the goalie. Thank you for that one. I've even watched the London game on my birthday.
Yes, and I went to put his name across the board, and he missed it because he was in the washroom.
Of course. But overall, it was just a cool experience. I'll never forget the opportunity. I'm a sport fan myself, like hockey, basketball, all of that. But one other cool moment, I'll talk about right now actually, is the chance to be part of a crew and film a London Night game. Yep. When I say I've done everywhere, up top, the very bottom, I've even done behind the camera. Nothing like a great opportunity for field placement, your fans are experience, then gain opportunity to be part of the crew to film a London Night game live. Now, this took place on Sunday, and I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be in the Bow Garden before 7 on Sunday. I had to make sure that day because of it. Understood. I was worried about lunch, and lucky enough, they provided lunch for it. Pizza, and we'll have a good meal there. It was up. I got a chance to start the crew. We were staying. The reason we were early, the game started at 2. We had to be there early to help set up the equipment, get all the way from the bottom floor to the 3rd floor, and then set up the equipment, make sure everything was working. And we had behind the break. There was a really cool moment I'll never forget. Before the game began, there was a time period, and Timmy Hockey was doing a little thing the other night for the opportunity for the kids to do ice skating in the Bow Garden. And we're at a time right now where we got the camera set up. We're just now practicing our shot. So we're practicing, moving around here. So I thought I was going to target my camera angle at the mascot, Gordy, and a couple kids. Well, apparently my angle was on the screen. And Gordy noticed that. So we got a couple kids, and he noticed us. And he pointed out, and they waved at us, and we waved back, and we're laughing at this. This is a memory you don't want to forget because those are what makes this whole experience all worth it. The ultimate test was, of course, I was filming the first 30 minutes of the game. This is a big test for me to see if I can handle it. Packed out great arena, full of loud, crazy London Night fans, and I'm trying to focus through the headset, the director. And overall, I didn't do a bad job. First hockey game ever, I didn't do a bad job.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have noticed you were watching. Because I was
struggling a little bit, but I was struggling a little bit. It was a little hard, but I was trying my best I could, and I didn't do too bad. That was a proud accomplishment, and something that told me that I know I can handle this. Because it proves now that I can handle the stress, pressure of a sporting event.
Yep.
I mean, I've done before this. I've done basketball games and volleyball games for Falcon TV. But this was another thing. And then the reason why I got Ultra 4, I'm not having to really move the camera up here. It's a little harder than usual. But I learned. And I learned how to handle it. And I got to take the last 30 minutes of the game in the somewhere else. And I'll never forget it. The cool thing, it was on my bucket. I thought I always wanted to hold on to film on that game. But I never thought the opportunity, I would get that new opportunity while being a student of Fanshawe College. Such a highlight of my life. I'll never forget it.
So that brings us to the end of another show. I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you feel the need, please press like. If you like, make a comment, please.
Share it to your friends. We want
and subscribe
to Furness TV. Now, big news: Mom, bring back her show.
Actually, in about a half hour or so, I'm gonna be online again.
That's what I said.
And doing my show live.
That's what I said.
But I'm just telling them when I was doing it, and give me a half hour to get set up for that, and make sure my camera is working and my phone. And I actually have sound this time because I did try back in January, and fortunately it ended up being hilarious because there was no sound. You had to read my lips.
But the show is called
My Life as I See It,
and I'll link it to the description below. Don't miss that. I'll be doing back myself for a rant. I'll be doing more positive rants. I want to talk about the more positive, like the light. I want to call it the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I feel. Things are looking brighter. I am getting my vaccine. I'll talk about that. I'm talking about the more positive stuff going on, and what I'm hoping the bright stuff. Last one I did was Welcome to Hell. Yeah. Now I want to actually Welcome to Paradise because that's pretty much.
And a preview to my show, the topic I'm talking about this time is the problem we're having with our homeless people, the prices of rent, and ODSP. And considering the fact that I qualify for 2 of those, I think we can manage this.
She does the problem. I'm out on that. But that's it for that. We'll talk about that. You talk about that your show. I'll do mine. And for now, we want to thank you for watching.
Don't forget our game night. That's on Thursday nights, unless something happens and we have to move it to a different day. But we try for Thursday nights. But do watch that. That's where we have a lot of fun.
And we got and good laughs. And this time we're going to do the game of life in trouble.
If we can figure out how to do the scoring part of that.
We can no problem. We did before, remember?
Yeah, we had a problem with the scoring part of it. So
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And hopefully by tomorrow, we'll figure out how to play Dose. We might play Dose.
Those won't be hard to learn.
Yeah, no kidding. But we got Dose, so we can play that. Anyway, that's pretty much. We want to play brand new games so we can.
Yeah, because we have several
content. We got a lot of games in here we can play. We just need to play them. So let's get down to it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week for Next TV Discuss. So stay tuned to Mom's channel for My Life as I See It, and my channel for Next TV for Next TV Rant.
See you later.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ah! Don't do that.
That's going on.